The UI has seen an increase in the number of disabled students on campus in the past years. The increase of disabled students at the UI means more students are going through the doors of the Office for Student Disability Services in the basement of Burge Hall. Disability Services recently saw a cut in one of their services, and many professors are expressing their concerns. Daily Iowan TV reporter Zhao Li tells us what has them worried.
There is over 30% increase of disabled students on campus in the last 2 years, according to the University of Iowa Student Disability Service.
The most common of all will be learning disabilities and attention deficit disorders. And then we have a smaller number of students with mobility impairments.
And the Student Disability Service offered a large range of things, including
additional time for exams, reduced distraction testing environment,
copy of notes for classes, sign language interpreter, electronic copies of the textbooks, and so on. However, now, one service is no longer offered.
There was a major change beginning January of this year in the middle of the school year for the spring semester. And the Student Disability Services used to handle all of this extra testing on campus.
But now the SDS would only administer tests that require
double time as opposed to 50% additional time, any technology that was needed, or any time there's a scribe.
90% of my students over the years have not been in that category.
Wheaton is currently teaching 2 business statistics classes. One of them has 200 students, and the other has about 600.
Right now, I have 6 students between the 2 classes which are getting extra accommodations time. In order to protect their privacy, part of their accommodations, which they get, requires private testing.
Which means when he tests very large tests, these students need a separate place.
The reality is that's always been their responsibility, but our courtesy service, I think at some point, because we were able to do so well at doing those exams for the faculty, it became seen as an entitlement.
According to Mark Harris, there is no cut in SDS funding and staffing.
But if they have the same budget, and let's say their workload has dropped by more than 50%, and then faculty all over campus are scrambling to try to give these extra exams, that would be a misallocation of resources.
Especially since SDS uses work-study undergraduate labors, which cost less than faculty members or teaching assistants.
This drastic change in the middle of the year for the testing paradigm goes against the Board of Regents' drive for greater efficiency and the reduction of cost at the university.
To bring back the food service, SDS would require more space, but there's no current plan to move it into a bigger space. Reporting in Iowa City, Zhao Li, Daily Iowan TV.